Friday, June 17th, 2050. The Global Environmental Commission has made the announcement the world has been anxiously awaiting. Today marks the day we no longer consider catastrophe a possibility, but a reality. I'm Clara Wells, and together with my co-anchor Everett Hope, we are here to guide you into this new reality.
Let's not waste any time. Here are the key points from the Global Environmental Commission's urgent announcement.
Following days of intensive meetings, the Global Environmental Commission has announced that life on Earth has reached a critical threshold. The statement was released at 01:45 UTC. That this announcement coincides with June 17th, the World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought, marks a striking and symbolic moment for humanity.
In the statement, drought and land degradation were identified as the most widespread and devastating disasters of the past decade. It was emphasized that desertification, driven by global warming, has now led to the irreversible collapse of ecosystems. Today, many countries remain unable to provide sufficient food and water resources for their own populations.
The report revealed that global temperatures have risen by 2.6 degrees Celsius, leading to the depletion of 82% of the planet's freshwater resources, the ongoing collapse of agricultural systems, and a complete halt in food production. It also stated that the spread of infectious diseases is now beyond containment, and that each day, yet another region is being removed from the Global Habitability Index. For the past 10 years, a series of escalating disasters has continued to seriously threaten all life on Earth. 30% of the world's soil has become unsuitable for agriculture. Due to drought, approximately 216 million people worldwide have been forced to migrate. The extent of destruction caused by wars over disappearing water resources still cannot be fully assessed. As a result of the unpredictable consequences of nuclear and biological warfare, mutations have reached levels that can no longer be accurately detected. The spread of infectious diseases is now completely out of control. Following a decade of successive disasters, atmospheric concentrations of particulates and aerosols have surpassed critical thresholds across many regions of the world. In these areas, the amount of sunlight reaching the Earth's surface has dropped dramatically over the past 6 months. The distinction between night and day has nearly vanished. Children born in 2050 have yet to see, or even imagine, the sky that we used to see just 20 years ago. Moreover, under a new law enacted this week, not only infants with respiratory failure, but all newborns are now required to use respiratory support until they reach 24 months of age. The massive release of carbon and aerosols into the atmosphere following the disasters has blocked solar radiation from reaching the Earth's surface. Yet this temporary cooling has not mitigated global warming. Rather, it has further destabilized the climate. This ongoing imbalance has dramatically accelerated drought and desertification in the long term. With the collapse of agricultural systems and widespread ecological destruction, the number of habitable regions continues to decline. Today, the toll we are forced to accept is truly devastating. We're now receiving an urgent alert from our team in the control room. They report that a connection has just been established with the Commission headquarters, but due to technical limitations, our broadcast window is extremely limited. So, without further delay, we go live now. Our correspondent Gaia Strong is standing by at the Commission headquarters. Gaia, go ahead.
Yes, Clara. The year is 2050, and humanity is living in the most technologically advanced era in history. And yet, we are experiencing failures in communication systems. And once again, the cause is human. Cutting off the branch you're sitting on, this must be exactly what it means. In the aftermath of the disasters, the number of functioning international communication lines has drastically decreased. As a result, broadcasts from the Commission headquarters can now only be carried out in a limited capacity. Additionally, signal interruptions may occur at any time. The latest declaration from the Global Environmental Commission states that recovery is now extremely difficult, but every member is doing more than what's possible to make the process manageable. Following the press briefing, we had the opportunity to speak with Elias Valiant, an environmental engineer known within the Commission for his multidimensional, thorough and field-based efforts. Mr. Valiant, children born in 2050 have never seen or even smelled the sky. There are no trees to run beneath, not even a patch of cool earth to step on. Newborns can no longer breathe the air. Respiratory support is now mandatory until the age of 24 months. And yes, in a world this dramatically scorched and barren, forget humans, even the soil can no longer breathe. Is there any way back from this? Or, we fought for water, are we now going to fight for air?
First of all, let me say this. If humanity truly wants to wage war, it can do so over anything. We fought over water. Now, are we about to fight over air? Why not? Haven't we already witnessed everything we once said could never happen? But the real issue isn't what we're fighting for. It's that we've failed to recognize what we've already lost. And the truth is, the world we live in today is the outcome of a disaster we saw coming, in plain sight, for years. Yes, we had included these threats in our agenda long ago. Yes, we issued warnings, gave presentations, shared reports, over and over again, but we failed to make an impact. Because back then, no one truly understood the global scale of the spiral we were falling into. We tried, on every platform, to sound the alarm, but all too often, our voices went unheard. Nuclear ambition, uncontrolled industrialization, deforestation, fossil fuel dependency, the commodification of water. These weren't just chapter titles in environmental journals. They are the direct causes of why today babies can't see the sky and the soil can no longer breathe. Sometimes I wonder, if only we could go back. Maybe then, with bold, sincere action, we could have stopped this. But we can't turn back time. And now, here we are. The atmosphere is collapsing. The land has grown dramatically barren. Babies are born never having seen the sky. And humans, let alone cultivating the earth, can no longer even smell it. I'm not saying it's impossible to reverse all this destruction, but yes, it's incredibly difficult. Still, we will reverse it. We must. Because there is no other planet. Maybe our biggest delusion was believing we owned the Earth, when in truth, we were just one of countless species passing through. The Earth was never ours, but we acted like it belonged to us. This was never just an environmental issue, it was always a problem of mindset. At the root of everything is how we think. That's what we should have changed first. But we didn't. We never questioned our belief that nature existed only to be used. And we failed to show respect, not only to life itself, but to existence itself.
Mommy, what did the earth used to smell like? 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 What did the earth used to smell like?
Bye.